Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. My name is Zepp, and today I am back with a reaction to the new Muse song, Muse Compliance. Now, a couple of things I want to get out of the way before we get into this, right? I don't know if you can hear by the way that I'm speaking, but I am very ill, and a number of members in my household have COVID. I don't have COVID myself, luckily enough. I've had it already. I don't seem to have it now. It's just that me and my sister seem to have caught a coincidental flu at the same time, and it's kind of it's kicked me down a little bit. I won't lie, you know, in a time where I was struggling a little bit for motivation for content because of other reasons. There's personal reasons, and then being ill, it just completely kicked me down. And I made the announcement already, but if anyone hasn't seen it, I said that I was taking the week off. I was falling behind content anyway, and I just decided, rather than trying to stress about it alongside being ill, I'm just going to say screw it, I'm done for the week, I'm doing nothing, and that's the way it will remain. However, I'd said to myself during the week that I'd do the one video because I knew that Muse were releasing this song. So I actually, this version of the song, it is the version that's going to come out, but for those of you who don't know, this was actually leaked a couple of days prior, and as of recording this, the song is due to come out tomorrow. What I did is that I saw on a Discord page that the song had leaked. I downloaded the leaked thing and I have left it, and the only reason I am using the leaked footage is so I can get it done and out of the way to have it up and ready for YouTube. So again, I don't have to be sitting worrying about it, so I can go back to bed and relax, because you know, I could feel worse tomorrow when the song actually does come out, and when you're watching this, obviously, and I wouldn't have been able to record it. So I just had it there for me. I urge, if you're a fan of an artist, you wait until they do their proper releases and all that. I just wanted to be transparent with you guys, because I feel like the way I react to things in this channel is all about honesty and being honest with things. I want to be honest with how I do things on my part as well. But yeah, I heard like a tiny snippet of the song just as I was getting ready to download it, because I wanted to make sure it was legit, and it definitely is legit. And I have to say, I'm worried. I have to say, it's kind of taken me by surprise from what I was hearing about the tone and the pacing of this album. So it sounds a little different, but we'll go into it anyway. We're going to give it its fair dues, and I'll let you know what I think of it. We're only going to do a pause or two, because I don't want this video to run super long. But without further ado, folks, let's get into it. Again, make sure to subscribe if you enjoy. There'll be more Muse content here in future. I'm going to react to the full album when it's out, and I'm also going to do any reactions to any live gigs of theirs that I go to if they come around this year or next year, which I'm really hoping they come to Ireland this year. But anyway, let's go. It was probably quite loud for you guys.
Compliance. We just need your compliance. You will feel no pain anymore, no more defiance. We just need your compliance. Just give us your compliance. We won't let you feel lost anymore, no more self-reliance.
Just actually very quickly, I want to talk about that. It's got... Thing is, right, the way I feel about it already is kind of how I feel like the song is going to be, is that it's not their best by any means, but it is catchy as hell. And I feel like that's what we're going for in this. But one thing I've noticed that Muse are beginning to fall into a little bit, which I'm worried about, is that one of the best things about Muse has been their bass work. And while the bass work in this song you can hear in the background subtly is still very good, it's doing what a lot of modern pop music does now, is where they might have very interesting, cool bass lines, but they're very receded in the mix. It's that the actual hit of the bass will come maybe from the kick drum or the synthesized sounds rather than the actual bass guitar itself. And I hope Muse doesn't really fall into that trap on the overall, because their bass is arguably their most sort of standout element in terms of the chords. So I really hope that they don't go down that road. I probably sound terrible, by the way. I'm going to be stifling. I'm very sorry. I'm a mess. All right, I fully admit to it. I'm a mess here, but we'll keep going. I just wanted to get that thought out really quickly.
Fall into line, you choice fatigue. Your blood is running cold. We lose control. The world will fall apart. Love of your life will mend your broken heart. Life lived in fear. You need protection. You're all alone. Too much rejection. We have what you need. Just reach out and touch. We can save you. We just need your compliance. We just need your compliance.
As I say, catchy, very
You
catchy.
will feel no pain anymore. No more defiance. Just give us your compliance. Your
Okay, so another thing I kind of have a question on here, like you can take the song as it is, right? So far, I have the opinion that it's a good / average song, so far at least, all right. But it's the questions that this song raises, I think, for more hardcore Muse fans. It's the question that this song raises in terms of the sound of the album, because so far from the leaks that we were promised, we're getting quite a heavy album, and they always do softer stuff in their heavy albums, right? But so far, it seems like there's only going to be 10 tracks in the album. 2 of the tracks that have come out now are within 3.5 minutes to 4 minutes, right? So if they have a song like this that's more, I suppose, pop based, it's not going to be the singular only one that's more pop based, right? We're going to have at least 2 or 3 on the album. But it just makes me wonder how much rock we're actually going to get in the album if we're going to have 10 songs that so far seem to be in the length of 3 to 4 minutes, and at least 3 of them are probably going to be pop songs, or more of the pop song vein, should I say, like closer relating to pop songs than they would maybe that hard rock / metal vibe that it seemed like we were going to be going for in this album. It makes me curious now, is this album, is it really a concept at all, or is it going to be an album of just random songs all within this kind of baseline concept? And not only that, the way that they've talked about the concept is very similar to the Drones album. It feels a little rinse and repeat. It's sort of like they've slapped different aesthetic skin on top of it to talk about similar, I suppose, social injustices and government tyranny and all that. It's interesting. The song poses questions, right? And I've more I want to say in it, but I kind of want to spread it out through this video. I mean, so far, look, it's a catchy song. I'm biased. I like it. You know, I do like it because I like the stuff that they do. But I'm also aware of that bias, and I will say that it does feel along the lines of mid-tier from them on the grand scale of things. But it's interesting as well, you know. And again, more thoughts to have will make more sense towards the end. But let's keep playing anyway. We'll only do one more part.
tracks, we know what's best for you. You've bitten off much more than you can chew. You're running scared, you'll run into our arms. Come join our clique, we'll keep you safe from harm. Our toy soldier, you'll do the dirty work. Stay loyal to us, we'll take away the...
Actually, sorry, this is a quick pause. That little guitar bit there that we heard sounds very like what's the name of the song? Nightcrawler, the Nightcrawler theme tune. I want to rewind that, and I'm not going to pause it again. I'll just let you hear it. But listen to this little guitar bit. It sounds like the little guitar bit that goes through the Nightcrawler theme tune. I only know it from Call of Duty Zombies, by the way, because David Hasselhoff, like that is it Nightcrawler? I'm sorry, I'm literally going to look this up right now because I don't want to be mistaken, and I'll be too lazy to edit it out because I am sick. Bear with me here. No, it's not Nightcrawler. Oh my god, what's the name of David Hasselhoff? Something nice, isn't it? It's Night something, alright? Isn't it? Oh god. I don't remember what it is. Knight Rider. That's what, not Nightcrawler. Nightcrawler's that Jake Gyllenhaal one. Knight Rider, that guitar tune from Knight Rider. Listen to this and it'll sound like it.
Work, stay loyal to us, we'll take away the hurt. We have what you need, just reach out and search. We can save you, just give us your compliance. We just need your compliance. You will feel no pain anymore, no more defiance. Just give compliance.
Even that bit's very like it. I'm just gonna let it play to the end.
Compliance. We just need your compliance. You will feel no pain anymore, and no more defiance. Compliance. We just need your compliance. You will feel no pain anymore, and no more defiance. We just need your compliance. Oh, fear is controlling you. It's time to give it up and give it to us. Give us your compliance.
Okay, so that was Compliance by Muse. Interesting. I mean, it's not their best, but certainly an interesting song. It sounds like, even though the topic, obviously what it's singing about isn't fun, but in terms of the beat, it sounds a little more on the fun side. And hey, if they do it live and it replaces Mercy, I'll be happy with that, because I am so sick of the song Mercy. It's one of those songs on the Drones album that's just aged so poorly, and I hate it. It literally just is Starlight 2.0, and this sounds like a song they could do where Matt puts the guitar away and the backing guy does the guitar and he walks around the stage singing. If it replaces Mercy, I'm single-handedly, for that reason alone, I'm happy it exists. But look, yeah, we have to be honest here. It's a surprise given what we wanted tonally from the album. It's not their best song by any means. It's not up there. But one thing I will say is that, again, this is kind of what I was alluding to earlier, is that bringing it back to the fact that the album's only 10 songs, right? And look, they're a band 9. They're going to be 9 albums deep now. Not everything they write, like, they're creatively burnt. No artist is writing an album full of gems every 3 years, 25 years in. But if this means so, right, if there's only 10 songs in this album, right, first of all, I don't want to see another single. I want to see the album come out late April, early May. That's what I want to see. That's when I want to see the album drop. I don't want any more singles, because if you're releasing 3 or 4 singles out of an album of 10, the album's going to feel lackluster. And if they do that, what I'm hoping is that, right, they've released a really cool song. They've released a song that's one of their fillers, so they still have good stuff left on the album. I feel like that's where Simulation Theory sort of made the mistake, because it released a lot of the bigger songs from the album before the album came out. And I think, like, the only one that was, like, really, really good that wasn't released as a single prior to the album coming out was Algorithm. And the rest were, the rest we already knew about. So I'm hoping now that this album comes out and we get to hear the gems on it, and we don't get that much more insight into the album until it comes out. But they better release it soon. I don't want to see end of June, middle of June. I want to see like early May at the latest for this album to come out, and maybe for them to start a tour in July or August and run it through into 2023. I feel like that's the way to do it, because if they release even another song like this, I feel like it'll stifle the momentum for the album, because currently I feel like the Won't Stand Down song has really sort of brought the older school Muse fans back in on that album hype, and this song alone I think is going to put people off, but I think people are still going to be curious given the tone, because again there's still a sort of a tone in there and a topic that suggests that it's going to go down a darker and heavier route on the overall. But if they release something else that's more on the mainstream level, so to speak, then I think a lot of the old school Muse fans are going to be put off once again, and we're going to have an album that really just doesn't sit well with a lot of Muse fans long term. And then you wonder as well, you'll have had 3 or 4 albums that either haven't aged well or haven't been exactly agreeable to everybody. It's going to raise a lot of questions in terms of a lot of different Muse fans. I'm always going to be a fan, obviously, but I can see why people would begin to turn their nose up if this album kind of makes a bit some false promises, which if there's way more songs like Compliance on the album, it will be an album of false promises without a shadow of a doubt. But look, I still enjoyed the song. I still think it's very catchy. I think it could be fun live, especially if it replaces Mercy, although I hope it doesn't turn into one of their centerpiece songs, you know. You know, I enjoyed it, but it wasn't what I was looking for, and that's just me trying to be honest. I'm a massive Muse fan here, so you know me, I'm not trying to slag on the band. If anything, I'd be looking for reasons not to slag on them, but I want to be honest. I want to be completely transparent and honest in this, but I'm still excited. I'm 100% still excited, and if I was to give this song out of 10, I'd give it a solid 7.5. I just think it sits directly in that good / mid-tier area where it's not impressed me, but it's on the playlist, you know. I've enjoyed it. But more importantly, what did you think of it? Did you enjoy it? If you did enjoy it, make sure to let me know down in the comments below. Make sure to leave a like if you enjoyed the video. Make sure to subscribe if you want to see more Muse stuff. And I'm back off to bed because I feel like shite. So ladies and gentlemen, I hope you had a good one. Hope you enjoyed, and I hope to see you back in the next one when I'm back. If this video goes out, what day is today? Wednesday. It'll go out tomorrow when the song's out. So it'll probably go out on Thursday, and you're probably not going to see a video from me for probably about a week on any of my channels or my social media. So apologies, but I'm taking my time to recover. So take care, folks. Peace.